Chapter 4. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth, and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity, and cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So build we the wall, and all the wall has joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, that they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversaries said, They shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places. I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up, and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass that from that time forth, that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They that which builded on the wall, and they that bare burdens with those that laded, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time I said unto the people, Let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that every one put them off for washing. Here again we see the genius of Nehemiah and the inspiration. We see that as the walls get builded, Sanballat and Tobias and these other guys are very, very, very angry. You might not understand some of the description, but it says, if a fox go up, the fox could break the wall down. Foxes were known to have a very light footprint, and so the fox could walk over gravel without making a footprint. And basically what he was saying was, this wall was so poorly built. Of course, that's not how, it wasn't poorly built, but this is what he was saying. The wall is so poorly built that even a fox with the lightest of footprint of virtually any animal known to man would be able to knock the wall over. But that's not how it happened. They arranged for all of the people surrounding Jerusalem to come together to fight against Jerusalem to prevent them to build. But what Nehemiah did was he got the people inside Jerusalem. Number one, he got some people to stay there overnight that normally would have left to go to their home in whatever community they lived around Jerusalem. And he also, during the day, got people to stand on the wall in places with a spear, with a bow. The habergeon you probably don't know. The habergeon would have been a vest of a type of armor. It would have been a heavy woven type sleeveless jacket, probably with a type of shield to cover the front. Could have been like a target, could have been a big oval. It's just something that if somebody shot at you or tried to cut at you with a sword, it would block it from killing you. And so the habergeon would have been that. But the people who built it, after the Sanballat and his confederate criminals found out that their plan was known and that they wouldn't, and that the people were ready for them. Nehemiah, if they wanted to come and attack, that Nehemiah had people with spears and bows and all the rest of it, and it wouldn't be just quite the murderous romp with no consequences that Sanballat and his friends sort of thought it was going to be. They decided, well, maybe we better try and find something else to do. And what happened was Nehemiah basically arranged, he had a trumpeter with him, and the people that were building carried their swords and whatever weapons they had with them while they were building. And the arrangement that he had was he would go around the wall, and if they saw somebody coming from outside that might be interested in tearing down the wall, doing some damage, interfering with them somehow, they would blow the trumpet, and the people from other parts of the wall were to come to wherever the trumpet was blown. And that would have been a tough way to work. Being there, some of you are awake all night, some of you are, and then some of you are working all day while the others are resting, and it was a tough way to do it. But see, one of the reasons for having the wall around the city of Jerusalem, the city of David, part of the city of Jerusalem, was so that they had protection from marauders, like the Sanballat and these other people. They could also, by closing the gates, have a secure retreat. They could store stuff in the town that they knew couldn't be stolen because the gates were closed and it was too hard for them to get anybody else to get over the wall. They needed a few guards because the wall did most of the guarding for them. With the wall down, Sanballat and his buddies could have walked in and stolen anything they want to, and maybe did.